Exactly 1 year ago, I packed up my entire life in California, everything that I owned, and said sayonara to the US. And it wasn't because I hated my life, but I knew that there was more out there. And now living overseas, specifically in Southeast Asia, for over 12 months, crazy, over 1 year now, I can honestly say that that one move, that one decision changed everything for me. Hey guys, I'm Lena. I'm a 31-year-old living overseas in Southeast Asia. Currently, I am in Thailand, and I left the US to chase my dream on the pursuit of living a slower, more intentional life. And if you're new here, hello. Welcome. I really am glad that you stumbled across my YouTube video and my little space on the internet. And if you've been following along this journey with me over this past year, whether that was on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, now YouTube, I just want to say kapunka. Thank you so much. In this video, I just want to share with you guys why I decided to leave the US, what led up to that decision, and share with you guys the biggest things that I have learned now that it has officially been an entire year overseas. So let's rewind and start at the very beginning of my story. All right, yeah, grab a drink, grab a little cafecito if you need it. But I was born and raised in Southern California, and my entire family lives honestly like 1 to 2 hours away from each other, depending on that good old California traffic. And I've been extremely lucky because everyone in my family is super close. We have my stepmom, my dad, my brother, stepbrother, 2 stepsisters, and honestly, I think they all have like 3 kids except for my little brother and my stepbrother. He has 2 kids. So we are a huge family. And right now, like I said, everyone lives within driving distance of each other right now. But I had the incredible opportunity to study abroad when I was in college. I studied abroad in Italy for 3 months, which were the best stinking 3 months of my life. And throughout that time, something shifted inside of my soul. And when I came home, I expressed to my family, I think I have reverse culture shock, if that's a thing. And no one believed me. They were like, Lena, you are crazy. You have no idea what you're talking about. There's no such thing as reverse culture shock. What are you talking about? You've lived in California your whole life. There's no way that 3 months in another country changed your perception of just culture, reality, and what felt like home to you. But they were wrong. And I knew that at that point, a girl caught the travel bug for sure. She got bit. I knew that after that extended time overseas for the first time that I had this desire to live overseas, to live abroad. And over the years, that feeling never went away. And when I met Michael, my hubby, that dream was something that we completely bonded over. He actually grew up overseas, so he understood. He knew that little desire that was in my heart, that desire to be traveling, to be somewhere else. He completely understood. But as life typically does, you get older, you have different jobs, different responsibilities, there's birthdays, holidays, all of these things to distract you from pursuing your dream, and things that happen in life that just kind of push us into placing our dreams kind of on the back burner. And that's exactly what happened to us until 2023. And that leads me into kind of like this buildup of us making this final decision that we wanted to be overseas. So it's 2023. Your girl is about to turn 30. And Michael and I were like, what do you want to do for your 30th birthday? It is such a big birthday. What should we do? And throughout our time between meeting in college to my 30th birthday, praying for this time when we were going to move overseas has been something that we consistently kept revisiting over and over again. Again, life gets in the way and inhibits us from taking quick action, but that wasn't something that was kind of a foreign thought or idea or anything like that. So when 30s was approaching and we were like, what the heck should we do? I was like, Michael, should we finally go to Thailand? Let's go. And at that point, we planned the trip, and Michael and I specifically, really intentionally started at that point praying like, should we do this? Do we do this? Is this your will? What's next? Kind of like what's next in this chapter of our life. So at that point, we spent the entire month of October in Thailand. Michael was like, Lena, we are not going to just get up and go, take you from this California girl and plop her into Thailand. There's no way you're going to survive. We need to actually go see if it's something that you even enjoy, you like doing. And we go. October, we spend the entire time there. And towards the end of that trip, we were having dinner, and we both kind of like looked at each other. Like we both had just peace about this decision. We knew like it just felt like, I don't know, it almost felt just like confirmation. And I'll go over just a different confirmation things that kind of happened and led up to the actual big day of moving. But we were like, if we don't do this now, I'm already in my 30s. We're probably never going to do it because we didn't have a car. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have kids yet. This is the time to do it now. Honestly, it was like, shoot, 10 years ago, we should have done it. But the best time to do things, the best time to plant a tree is now. We were like, it's literally, it's now or never. And on that trip, I completely fell in love with Thailand. I fell in love with the people, the culture, the food, the elephants, the environment, everything. Like it just felt so right. So we have dinner, we come to that conclusion. We both look at each other, we're like, yo, it's now or never. So at that point, we started to put together a game plan of, okay, logistically, if we were going to do this, what would it look like? And we realized that our lease was ending April 2024. We set that as our move out date and our move out of the US date. Now it's May of 2025. So we took action. We actually did the dang thing. And I've officially been overseas for an entire year. So I'm going to go over the why and what I have learned really since making that decision. And hopefully it'll give you guys some inspiration or clarity, or maybe it'll bring up even more questions. And I will be here to answer those for you in the comment section. So don't hesitate to just drop as you're watching this video. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple different reasons. The first one is we were finally at peace about it. Like I mentioned, we prayed for this move. We prayed for this next season in this direction of our live chapters for a very long time. We prayed for years about this. But in 2023, after all those years of praying, that was the first time we had peace about it. And I think one thing that kind of clicked for us, and well, at least for me, Michael knew this, but for me, it was, this doesn't have to be a forever thing. This is something that we can do. If it's something I don't enjoy or I'm super homesick, you can always come back. This is not a permanent forever thing. Again, it was now or never. Are we going to regret not doing this when we're in our 40s and 50s or 60s or our grandkids are around and I'm like, oh, I wish we would have gone like we planned for years and it was just a dream of ours. I think God just put it on our hearts that, hey, we have peace about this timing right now in the season. And if it doesn't work out, you can always come back. At that point, everything in our life, from timing, our work, relationships, all of it cumulatively, all of it, well, I don't even know how to say that word. All of it together really pointed at us just giving it a shot, just trying it out. And if you are considering some big life change, move, a shift or something, I would just encourage you to, before you make that final decision, as you're kind of in this thinking process, just pray about it first. Bring it to Jesus, bring up your desires and kind of what you're wanting and give it to him first. It might take years to hear back and get a response like we did, but it'll teach you just patience, really give you a heart and ears to seek out his voice and where he wants you to be in the next season and direction of your life. Let's get into that second reason, y'all. The second reason was because our work at that point gave us the flexibility to make this move. At this point, Michael is running an e-commerce business and I was doing full-time coaching. But right before we made that move, I actually landed, I'm not even kidding you guys, I landed my dream job working with my favorite travel creator in all the land. It's such a God thing, you guys. It's crazy because that in itself was, again, at that point, we already made the decision to go move. We already told our family, we have the set date. I am like, yo, for some reason, God's also tugging on my heart that I need to pull away from my business. And I just had faith that something was going to happen. And this door opened. This particular job with this creator actually required me to travel overseas. So it couldn't have been more confirmation that you guys need to be overseas in this season. This upcoming season is going to look like this thing that you guys have prayed for so many years. So again, we took that as confirmation. And it just felt like the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Some people, and this is a tip for you guys, but some people, when they're trying to travel long term, they will just live off of their savings. But if I can give you like one solid piece of advice, I would highly encourage you, if you can, whether you have a job where you're making just like US currency and you're moving that into another country where your dollar stretches more, that's the way to go. So having your own business, working for a company where you're getting paid in a stronger currency, that, in my opinion, is better, creates more stability, less stress than just living off of your savings while you're doing this long-term travel. Okay. The third reason why we left the US, and that's because of the cost of living, y'all. And we wanted to break away from the rat race. We were in the heart, the center, the the heartbeat of San Diego, of Southern California, right in the smack dab downtown San Diego. And I can tell ya, that rat race ain't slowing down anytime soon. But out here in Southeast Asia, our US dollar goes so much further. And not only were we able to save more, but we're also able to invest more in our businesses, still do the things that we love, going to the gym, going out to eat, getting massages, doing all the things. So not that we had a bad lifestyle back in San Diego. I would say that we were extremely blessed. Business was doing great. Again, we were in a financial position to make this move out overseas. When you are living in another country, for example, right now we're in Thailand, the cost of living is so cheap. So you can live a luxurious life for like 2,000 USD, whereas our rent was, without Wi-Fi, without electricity and water and all of those things, was $4,000 a month. And there's people who pay a ton more, but just your dollar is able to stretch more. Not having that financial burden has allowed us to just breathe and relax and be more present and focus on other things that really matter, like making memories, traveling more, experiencing new things, versus living to just make another dollar. And a big thing for us was that we wanted to live more, not just earn more, because you can always increase how much you're making, right? A lot of people will say, yeah, California's expensive, but you can just earn more, which is true. Absolutely, 100% true. But being in a position where instead of paying that extra thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to live, now we can reinvest that in businesses or doing other things, savings, paying off our school debt. Again, it just gives you the opportunity to breathe and relax in a way that you might not be able to in your home country. And I know for us, it gave us, honestly, like an unmatched peace that we didn't really feel in the US. Guys, the wind up here is no joke. Put this guy back a little bit. Let's see. Hopefully that looks okay. I don't even know. I can't see that far. I would say my last big point of a reason why we decided to move, a lot of people won't admit this, but we needed just a change. We needed a reset. And I feel like a lot of people who move won't bring this up, but sometimes your life at home, wherever that is for you, just doesn't fit anymore. And that was us. Moving abroad gave us a full reset, a full reset, a chance to slow down, reevaluate, and rebuild completely a life that feels just more aligned with us. And I'm not even kidding you when I say that it has changed me on so many levels. Spiritually, I feel closer to God than I ever have, because I've had to rely on Him heavily, and I'll probably talk about that in other videos. Emotionally, creatively, I have just grown so much, and I don't think I would have experienced the same amount of growth, or maybe even like the speed of growth, if I would have stayed home in California in my comfort zone. I don't know who exactly quoted this, but I 100% believe it. And ever since I did move overseas, it just like something clicked. But not all learning happens within four walls. So sometimes being out in the world, traveling, being in new countries, environments, languages, that's the best learning for people. Getting out of your comfort zone. And trust me when I say, like, living overseas is probably the most uncomfortable thing that I have ever done, and you might ever do. Guys, when I made this decision. I had a major tugging on my heart, and it's something that I sat on for years. So if you are also feeling that nudge, that little tug on your heart, like maybe the life that you're currently living just isn't it right now. I hope that this video gives you just a little bit of encouragement and inspires you to just try. I promise that you don't need to have everything to the T, all the T's crossed, all your I's dotted. You don't need to have the full plan. You just need to take bold action on the things that you feel called to do. And trust me, God will take care of the rest. And if anything hit home, please do me the biggest favor and click that subscribe button. And if that was you who has that little tugging on your heart or dreamed about going overseas, I would love if you can drop just your story in the comments. I would love to connect with you guys there, maybe answer any questions or just encourage you that you got this. Please add that to the comment section. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.